CDS. For 14 years, it stood in the heart of Cheongna and in the heart of hundreds of students who have passed through it. In this video, I will take you through what it was like during the earliest stages of CDS. CDS was founded in 2011 under the plans of Madam Bong-Duk Lee, and it follows the Dalton Plan, a unique educational philosophy that focuses on independence and self-structured learning. In order to find out what it was truly like in the early days of CDS, I contacted and interviewed a teacher who's been going to CDS for a decade, Mr. Talbot, our physics teacher. What was CDS like when you first got here?
Well, this is my 10th year at the school. The gym wasn't here when I started.
Oh, which one? The middle school?
No, the high school one.
The third floor gym.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
The whole building wasn't there. There's been many changes. I mean, when I first started the school, the high school building was only 2 floors. The building was still there, but only 2 floors were in use. Now, obviously, we use all 4 floors.
Oh.
Same with middle school. I think middle school was 2 floors as well. And now they use the 3rd floor, I believe, in middle.
According to Mr. Talbot, buildings such as most of the high school wing, including the high school gym, had been built but not been in use yet. During the earlier stages of its history, spaces like the high school gym, the English department, and the social studies department didn't exist. In order to gain further insight into places like FP and middle school, I interviewed a student who has been attending CDS for about as long as Mr. Talbot has been. FP. How has FP changed while you were a student during that time?
First of all, when I became first grade, they started to build a new playground. For example, Monkey Bar and Jungle Gym. Yeah. Before that, there was only one playground, which was only one side, and so everyone felt bored. However, as the school added new stuff, the kids around the playground were having fun. Mm-hmm. When I went to middle school, really lots of things have changed. So when we were having summer break, they started to build this Phoenix cafe and a second gym of the cafe.
So the second gym, like the high school gym?
Yeah, high school
gym. So Jaehyun seems to be mostly on par with Mr. Talbot, but he does mention one more thing. The Phoenix Cafe is another part of the school, the building that simply didn't exist, and it was part of the parking lot, like the front of the school. It wouldn't come into existence until years later, when some of the parents decided to sell snacks for their tired children. While CDS has been constantly adding and trying new things throughout its history, there are things that have been removed. For one thing, according to Mr. Talbot, in the high school, it was tradition for the students and their respective teachers to go on trips known as World Experience Tours, or WETs, to different countries, usually within Asia.
Actually, when I started here, the school used to do this thing called World Experience Tours.
World Experience Tours.
Yeah, and they were incredible. We had I'm trying to think how long it was. I think it was 3 or 4 days, I think it was, where the grade teachers would take those grades on a trip somewhere.
Wow.
And I remember I went to Hongcheon a few times, to the Vivaldi. Do you know this place? Yeah. We went there a few times with the 12th graders.
In the past, students went on WETs. Now, however, students in middle school and high school go on more regional trips, such as Adventure Korea. Parts of the curriculum have been changed as well. Teachers used to be responsible for their one class, and there was no grader system, nor were there department heads, unlike today. In middle school and FP, according to Jaehyun, the most overwhelming change in the curriculum was the transition of grading systems. In the school's earlier years, it had used traditional grading, where students were given a letter grade for most individual assignments, and the grades were an average of all assignments. This changed to standards-based grading, where students were graded on standards and on a scale of those standards, and the learning process was more emphasized than the grade itself.
Before, they graded by using A+, A or A-, which are basic stuff that we use in Korean. However, when I became 8th grade, as I remember, they started to change to standard-based grading, which are extending, proficient, developing, and beginning. And due to that, it was hard for me to get A's most of the time.
For 14 years, CDS has been constantly evolving. It changed a lot since its inception and will most likely continue to change as more students pass through it. One thing is certain though, no matter what it looks like, it will have a great impact on any group of students who pass through its arches. Thank you very much for watching.